So, let's see. I wrote everything down, y'all. So
She's prepared.
yeah. So I don't think people realize how important social media is. When you're building your business, I've gotten clients off hashtags, you know, I remember asking them, so who referred you? And they would be like, oh, I hashtagged Irving Lashes, or, so I know word of mouth is big in the industry too, but what's the first question you ask? You know, when someone tells you about someone else's work, you're always like, so what's their Instagram page? I want to go see their work, you know?
Yep.
So I honestly say that, post, for sure post. It doesn't matter how your set looks. They're obvious. These people are coming in knowing that you're practicing, you know. They know that they're gonna, you obviously always want to let your model know that they're gonna be laying down for a good 3-4 hours, maybe,
Yes.
maybe longer, you know. So make sure they have a good lunch, but I would definitely post no matter how your sets look, because that is, people are going to see the progress that you're making, and that's beautiful to see. And even for yourself, you always want to go back and say, wow, I'm here now, you know?
Yes.
So I definitely think, social media is very important.
Yes, definitely. One thing that some of the students say is they're afraid to be judged from their pictures or their work, or to worry about like haters.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say about that?
I feel like we're judged even when we're the best. There's always something to judge us about. So don't worry, at some point you're gonna have to be fearless. Just go for it. And if you don't, then you're never gonna know how far you could have gotten. So
Exactly. Mm-hmm. We definitely encourage our students at 3D to start their Instagrams now. Like even on the mannequin head, I'm like, hey, go ahead and post that. Mm-hmm. People need to see exactly what you're doing, and your friends and family are going to support you. They're going to say, oh my gosh, I didn't know you were in school. I didn't know you were doing, let me be your first model. And then they're going to tell their friends, their family to come and support you. So right. Definitely, like Ms. Stacy said, don't let that stop you from posting your work. No matter how far you are in the game, post consistently, because people are looking on Instagram for their next artist or their next brow person.
I do want to say something else. So
yes.
You want to take risks, but at the same time, be careful about the content. And because of some posts, some posts or even captions can be offensive to others, just what you say sometimes, just be careful how you say it, because like you said, people are scared to be judged. And if we put something out there that's crazy or sounds crazy, then, you're for sure going to be one of those that everyone's talking about,
Yeah.
So you want to obviously be known for your work, and even like positive, like good vibes that you post on your captions, you know? So definitely be careful with what you say.
Okay, yes, definitely. And your page is super awesome. If you guys are not following her, it's b.o.s.s
underscore lashes.
Yeah. You can tell her page is awesome. It's all her work,
Thank you.
Beautiful work. It's not what she ate. Although it's okay if you have, occasional picture like that, but people want to see your work. They're not trying to see, your dog or things like that. They want to see, okay, let me see her lash work. And then of course, once you build your brand, then you can post whatever you want. But
exactly.
But until then, be very professional with your social media. Watch your content. Videos are really, I always say, post videos of your work in addition to pictures, because it's more captivating for your audience. Okay. So you've told us about, the sacrifices you've made in becoming a lash boss. And now that you're at where you're at, have you set boundaries in your business so that way you can have work-life balance, or are you getting there?
I think I'm just now getting there. Because I've dedicated so much time and work to my business that, I realized now that my kids are getting older, so I do have to make it to where, maybe one day out of the week I stay longer than others, and just kind of set boundaries, like let these clients know, hey, these days I'm only here till 5. You know, if you want to come in later, then, you know, Wednesdays I'm here till 7 or so, you know.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I think I'm just now getting there.
Do you get a lunch break now?
I do. Okay. I do. This baby has to eat. So yeah, I do. And you know, that's very, very important because it got to the point that, you know, I would see clients back to back from like 8 to 8 and wouldn't eat until I got home. And then one day I started getting really bad stomach pains. So and I'm almost positive it was because I would go days without eating, like 3 meals a day, or you know what I mean? So it is very important to definitely block at least an hour for your lunch break.
Yes, yes, definitely. I agree. Is it good to become friends with your clients? I mean, because you see them every 2 weeks, some weekly, if they're extra like me, and you get to know them. It's like it's therapy for them. But how close is too close? Like,
so I say yes, it is okay to become friends with your clients as long as you don't forget who you are. You're with these girls, like you said, you know, 1 to 2 hours a week, every 2 weeks, even once a week. So it's bound to happen, you know. Just make sure to always keep it professional and set your boundaries, you know. Like, no matter how close we get, you're still gonna, if you no-show me, it's still a $35 no-show fee or same-day cancellation. You know, what I do is, even if a client, and you know, I've gotten close to her, even if they're 30, 45 minutes late, I usually block an hour to an hour and a half for my fills. But if they're that late, I'm still taking you, you know, but I'm only gonna do what I can in the time allowed. And you're still gonna pay your fill, you know, because I mean, it's not fair to me. So that's the kind of boundaries you want to set when you get close to, I mean, with everybody, honestly, no matter how close you get to them. So
I had a client. I was going to ask her, like, share tips on how to fire a client. She's like, I haven't had to fire many clients. But I had a client that, and I say set your boundaries, because we were really close and I would make exceptions for her. And she was not a morning person, but she would always schedule an 8 a.m. appointment. Miss her 8 a.m. and they come at 1, and she would pay for both, which was fine for me. But one time she missed her afternoon appointment, and I was like, well, I can't stay later because I have to go pick up my kids. And she was like, well, can you pick them up and then come back? And I was just like, no. So setting boundaries is very important early on in your lash business, because you said go ahead and be friends with them. Sometimes if you're too close, they can take advantage of you, because again, everybody wants to get their lashes done and they're not necessarily worried about if you ate today. So if you're a new lash artist, go ahead and create your policies, procedures, you know, no show fees like Miss Stacy mentioned, so that way it's very clear to your clients early on. And that's something that I wish I would have learned sooner than later, is that balance. Okay. So now you are kind of like at a higher level. What does the term new level brings new devils mean to you? So
to me, new level, new devils, it means you have to reach a point where you get excited when adversity strikes, because that means you're doing something right. That means that you have a purpose. No thief comes to steal an empty treasure chest. Ooh. No one cares if you're out here doing bad. They laugh, you know. But when you start doing good, you see the resistance come. Welcome it. Ask God what you can learn from it to make you stronger. Watch him fight the battle for you, then move forward. Stay committed to your goals and let go of anyone who poisons your spirit. Remember, the enemy is the master of disguise. So that's what it means to me.
Girl, that was a word.
Yes.
You went into a sermon right there. Can you repeat that about the treasure chest?
Oh, yeah. So here, let's get to it. So I said, no thief comes to steal an empty treasure chest. No one cares if you're out here doing bad. They laugh, but when you start doing good, you see the resistance come.
Glory. Yes. I wasn't expecting that, Miss Stacy. She went in there. Yes, that is so true. So basically, you know, if people aren't talking about you, that means you're not doing nothing. So I think that's something that even new artists need to be aware of, that once you start building your brand, there's going to be haters. There's going to be people that are telling you that you're not good, or why does she charge that much, or why are you going to see her? So just ignore that, because if you're, like she said, a thief does not rob an empty treasure chest. So
that is so true.
Keep it going, and like she said, God is going to bring you through those, and you have to say, God, thank you for this challenge, because that means you're bringing me to another level.
Exactly.
So I love that. And you're about to open a salon, which is like a whole new new territory. Can you even talk about some of the challenges that you've had just opening up?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's been tough. Definitely, like, one of I feel like at times I didn't know what I was getting myself into. So yeah, passing, inspections, oh my gosh, that has been a struggle. And, just getting girls that, will commit to the business that you're in, and bringing a good team together. It's pretty tough, because you have to know who you're bringing into your business.
Right.
But yeah, we're slowly getting there.
Okay. Can you tell a little bit about your salon, like when it's opening, what's going to be there, where you're located?
So I'm actually staying in Irving. I kind of want to stay central from Dallas and Fort Worth. It is going to be literally in front of the Irving Mall. And we're gonna have all things beauty, so there's gonna be hair and makeup and hopefully nails. I'm hoping I can get a nail girl in there. We're gonna have spray tanning, lashes for sure, facials, and more. Hopefully I can bring a little more in there.
That's awesome. Yeah. Congrats.
Thank you.
So are you gonna carry your products there as well? Awesome. Yes, so she has an amazing product line. Can you talk a little bit about what you carry and what made you start your own product line? Yeah,
so I actually have a little bit of everything. I have tweezers, adhesives, a super bonder, lashes, of course. I have adhesive wipes, like I said, a little bit of everything that we need. And I started this line because I felt like, every time I needed something and would run out, I would go online and try and get more, and it was sold out. And so it was very hard to get used to another brand once I was already so used to this brand that I was using. So it went from there, it's like I need to get my own. I'm done shopping around and trying to get used to this other brand when I'm already so used to, what I'm using. So yeah, I looked around and finally found one that I fell in love with, and here we are now. Yay. Yeah.
Well, I'm so excited because, we just started our storefront. We haven't had our grand opening yet, but she has decided to carry her product line in here, as well as some other local Dallas lash artists that are amazing. And I'm very excited because a lot of our students, they don't know which brand to go to. They get exposed to 3D, but they're like, okay, I want to try something else, instead of having to go on Amazon and just play around with things and waste money. They have really good quality products they can get here at our 3D Lash and Brow Supply store. So awesome. Yes. Thank you for creating your line. People are already asking about it and buying. So
that makes me happy.
Yes, yes.